What is going on, everybody? This is Mike from The Last Corvette. So this here is technically part 3 on my YouTube channel, but in reality this is part 1 of how to prep and replace your leather skins in your C6 Corvette, or aka reupholster your seats. The reason I'm doing it kind of in reverse is because I learned so much when I did my driver's side seat first. Some mistakes were made, actually a few of them, and I wanted to wait to show you guys the actual steps and how to prep your vehicle. So this video is how to prep your vehicle to actually get the seat ready and set it up to the point where you're not gonna set off any airbag lights, you're not gonna hurt your electrical, and you're also going to make your life easier removing the seat out of the vehicle. So first thing is first, I got my hood open, and the reason I have my hood open here is because that's where the battery lives. Now, if you have a dry sump, your battery is going to be in the trunk, but I also have my hatch or my trunk area open, as you can see. And the reason I have that is because once I disconnect the battery, my pull cord to release the driver's side door is in the trunk. That doesn't matter if you have a base, Z06, ZR1, convertible, it's all the same. So once I have that, with the key fob in my pocket and the battery still connected, I'm going to open the door. The window will cycle. We're going to bring the door all the way open. And then what we're going to do, so this here is a power seat. Some Corvettes have a power seat driver's side, manual seat passenger side. So in this case, it's just like working on a driver's seat. What you want to do is you want to bring the seat with the battery still connected, but halfway up the travel. That way you expose your rear mounting points. They do take a 15 mil socket. You got 2 nuts here, 2 nuts in the front. And the reason you don't want to bring the seat too far forward is because you don't want to lock yourself out from these front fascias, because now the base of the seat is going to be covering the 2 front nuts. Same thing for the back. If it's too far back, you're not going to have access to the rear nuts. Also, the seat belt, when we get to my next part, also takes a 15 mil socket. But this is what you do. You leave your seat the way it is, okay, basically middle of the track. And then these little fascias that I told you guys about, take a trim tool. I'll show you this, switch hands. I'm gonna take a trim tool. This is a push pin. And then this little cover, or this fascia, is going to come out, exposing the front nuts. It's kind of what I was trying to explain to you guys, and it's kind of hard to do. But this is what we got. Once we remove both of these covers, and these are universal, meaning that they can go on the left, right, doesn't matter. Take your push pins, put them in your cup holder. Obviously the floor mat is already in the trunk right there. And now you have full access to all 4 of your nuts. And this is basically your first couple of steps. Once you reach this point, what you want to do is obviously disconnect the battery, and then we'll do the next part, which I'll show you how to actually remove the seat in a safe manner. Talk to you guys later. All right, guys, so this is where I'm at. So the battery is disconnected. I bolted the seat. 4 anchoring nuts right there. I just put them right on top of those front covers. Use a 15 mil socket. That's my setup. You don't need to use a 1/2 inch drive, but as you can see, this is a 15 mil, so the same one will work, obviously, like I said, on the main lagging bolts and also your seat belt. So I'm gonna go in here, and this is how it looks. We're going to unscrew it. A little button fell out. So far I'm up 32 cents, it looks like. Sorry about the camera action here. Let me set you guys down for 1 second. Okay, so this here is your seatbelt nut, and what I did on my driver's seat is I just put the nut back, excuse me, onto the frame of the seat itself. That way I can separate them. This is why my vehicle was slow, all that added weight. So this here is something I didn't see on the driver's side. It's a connector. So what we're going to do is we're going to disconnect it, just a push lock tab right here. Just like that, that connector comes off, and now you can just let this whole thing hang in the back. It's not going to hurt nothing. Now, as far as your main connectors go, let me show you. You got two of them under the seat. You see those little tabs? Once I get, well, actually, I can show you. So this here is the vehicle side. Yellow or orange, this is your airbag connection, okay? This is your airbag, and that's why you want to disconnect your power source or power supply. Otherwise, you'll have an airbag light and you'll need a real tech scanner. But anyway, what these blue tabs do is when you lock it into the seat connection, these go right through these openings, these little ear tabs, basically so it doesn't come apart. Okay, and then the other harness you have is your typical GM. This is a like a cam lock type. Lives right in this little cavity right here under the seat. When you actually get the seat up and kind of out of the way, you'll be able to just pull back on this cam lock like so, and then you pull back on it and the connection is disconnected and you can pull everything apart. So at this point, the seat is yours. I'm actually going to take the seat out and place it next to the vehicle. Now, of course, you can see I laid down towels so you don't scratch anything inside your door jamb or your trim panels. That would be a bummer. Now, let me explain first, first mistake that I made. This here is where your lever goes. It sits like this, actually, okay? I'm waiting on a driver's side lever. Now, if you look closely, all this is a spring-loaded tab. There are openings here, there are openings here, but importantly, there's an opening here. So this actually kind of lives like this. Now, there's a video that I watched of somebody prying on this tilt. This is for your back recline anyway. I forgot to explain that. This is your manual adjustment, incremental adjustment, and that one is up top here where I have the bezel already removed. That is for your full forward tilt to get access to your cargo area, your trunk, whatever. But anyway, so I ended up breaking this off because in one of the videos, somebody pries up on this, sticks a screwdriver in there, and well, I did the same thing and I ended up breaking half of this splined insert, okay? So the proper way of doing this, so by the way, this is how you reinstall it. You see how this spring clip is back in place? It goes in like so. There's an opening here, there's an opening here, and what that does is when you snap it over so basically this is like keyed, spline, and then you got a flat spot here. So it will only go in or go on one way, like so. But anyway, the proper way of removing this, you can either do it in this angled position or out of the vehicle, but you go through the bottom. There's a slot here. You go through the bottom, you can see the little tabs right here. And what you do is you take a thin screwdriver or a trim tool. So I got a little flathead screwdriver. You go in and you pry these earlobes out one at a time, and then the spring will just come right off. It will snap off, and then you can pull this whole lever right off. And then to reinstall it so you don't lose it, just snap it back into place like this. And when you're ready to put the trim back on, basically what's going to happen is you will set it up this way, like so, and then just literally snap the lever back on to this guided rod. Okay, now the seat is ready to come out. Comment below. I'm done for the day. Now the seat is out. Next video, I'll show you guys how to remove all these little trim pieces and start the disassembly. And by the way, the most important part, let me zoom out. The most important part, these leather skins will be on eBay. I'm going to be selling basically all 6 pieces, driver's side, passenger side, at no reserve. Talk to you guys later.